Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Brittney, and this is a space dedicated to helping women create better versions of themselves. And in today's video, we are talking about self-development. I have my handy notebook here because I couldn't remember everything I needed to say, so I have notes. But self-development is the process of building and developing character, abilities, potential. It can enhance the quality of life, and it allows you to realize your dreams and aspirations. So self-development is important because it allows you to grow certain skills and give you discipline to achieve certain goals. These goals can be time management, it can be perseverance, it can be confidence, it can be having a growth mindset. It's so much that self-development unlocks. Like, you have an abundance of things you can do when you have self-development, or when you are going through the self-development process. Self-development also has 5 categories, and these are like the main categories that you will hear. It will be your mental state, your social state, your spiritual state, emotional state, and your physical state. Now, your mental state is like, mental illness, dealing with those things such as depression and anxiety. Your social state is learning how to manage relationships, whether they be personal relationships or friendships or work relationships. It's creating those boundaries that allow you to be able to balance all of those. It's also your spiritual state, so deepening your relationship with God, deepening that understanding of who He is and what He means to you. Your emotional state is dealing with past trauma, and this is the one that I feel like everyone focuses on the most. It's dealing with past hurt and past trauma, learning how to forgive, learning how to love yourself and grow that confidence that you once had before being in certain relationships or before being in certain situations. And then you have your physical state, which is just your health, making sure you're drinking your water, doing your exercise and walking, things like that. So those are the 5 categories of self-development, but everything kind of falls up underneath those 5 different categories. So now that you have a understanding of what self-development is, now it's time to go into what you can do to start your self-development journey. The first thing that I would recommend when starting your self-development journey is understanding that the road is not easy. I have heard people say it's easy, and it's really not. You are going to have times that you have to really deep dive into your inner self and figure out what makes you tick, what causes triggers. If you have a trigger to someone not showing up, why is that there? You have to go and find the root of that. So you have to go back and think, okay, is it because my dad always told me he was going to show up and he never did? Those things cause just a domino effect in our lives and cause certain triggers and cause us to be the way that we are, and we don't realize it until we get older and decide that we want to do a self-development journey. So it's not going to be easy. There's going to be tears and it's going to be hard. So once you have that in your mind and you don't have this idea that it's easy, you will be okay. Next thing you want to do is set small goals. You don't want to set these big goals because you don't know where your self-development journey is going to take you. So set small goals. If it's just, okay, I want a meal plan at least twice a month, because like I said, self-development is so much more than just dealing with past traumas and past hurts. It's anything that's going to cause you to have a better life and cause you to be better or make you better than you were the day before. So if meal planning is going to allow you to be better than you were yesterday because you're not going to be eating out as much, then meal plan. But you want to start these goals off small. So meal plan maybe twice a month instead of going out and saying 4 weeks a month. So that way, if you don't meal plan one of those weeks, you don't feel super down on yourself. You don't feel like, oh, I can't do this. Like, setting those small goals when you're first starting off is great. Set a goal and say, instead of reading, I'm going to finish off 5 books this month, knowing you haven't read a book or picked up a book in the last 3 years, say, okay, I want to read 1 book this month. set small goals, attainable goals. The next thing you want to do is journal and track your progress. When I say I have so many different notebooks around, I have a praying notebook, a notebook where I write down like all my prayers. I have a notebook where I write down just my thoughts for the day. Doing this allows you to go back to it and see your progress. You can see your progress from where you are from a month ago. And so that way, when you're feeling like, oh my God, nothing is changing, you can go back and see, well, no, I'm not as sad as I used to be. I'm not as hurt as I used to be. I have so much more joy than I used to. You know, I'm losing weight, or, you know, I am saving more money. I didn't eat out as much. So it just allows you to be able to go back and see your own success and be able to just move forward in the progress and not, you know, stop. The fourth thing is to meditate, and meditating is so important. Just to sit still and breathe and focus on your breathing and focus on just releasing allows you to hear God. It allows you to think clear. It allows you to just have a calm just moment of clarity. Every time I sit and do yoga and I sit and I just breathe and I just focus on my breathing, I swear I begin to cry sometimes, because that's a release that I needed. Or sometimes I'll hear God speak to me. Sitting quiet is so important. We don't sit quiet. You know, we always have things going, you know. We always have to think about our kids. We always have to think about work. We always have to think about the groceries we have to go buy. So just having at least 5 minutes a day where you just sit. And I personally recommend doing it in the morning time. But just sitting and breathing and just relaxing and focusing on your breath and meditating, it is an experience. The fifth thing is to be intentional, and this is extremely important. Don't do this self-development journey because someone is telling you to do it. You have to set your intention on the real reason why you're doing it. When I started my self-development journey, and mind you, I'm still in my self-development journey. Self-development doesn't stop. You're constantly evolving. You're constantly growing. So you constantly have to constantly go back and analyze you as a person and develop. It's always a constant thing. It lasts over a lifespan. So when I first started my self-development journey, I had to really understand, why am I doing this? You know, am I doing this because I want to be married in the future? Am I doing this because I want to be able to be debt free? Am I doing this because I don't want my daughter to live a life of trauma on my account? So sit and really deep think about it, deep think, and figure out why you're doing this and be intentional about it. Don't do it because someone else is telling you to do it. Don't do it because your best friend is doing it. You have to be true to you for you to really have this thing work. If you're not true to yourself, it's not going to work. So that's a very important step in this. Be intentional in your journey. So number 6 is to celebrate your small wins. And I say this because a lot of times we get so focused on our goals that we forget to celebrate our achievements. You know, you may not have read the 2 books, but you read 1 book. You may not have finished that 1 book, but at least you opened it and read halfway through it, versus you not picking up a book for 3 years. You may not have lost 100 pounds, but you lost 20 pounds. That's more than what you had on you, or that's less than what you had on you the month prior. So you have to really celebrate your small wins, celebrate the little progress to keep you going on this journey. Like I said, this journey is not easy. So you can't put yourself in the mindset of, you know, I just want this to happen. I just want these big goals and these big wins to happen, and forget about the little progress, the little steps. You know, in order for you to have gotten to 5th grade, you have to get to 4th grade, right? So think about it that way. Everything has steps. So you may drink 1 cup of water a day, and then you may go up to 2. Celebrate it as you go. Celebrate your journey as you go. Appreciate everything that happens as you go. And then the last tip I have is to keep going. No matter what, do not give up on your journey. It is so worth it when you get to a place that you want to be, that you can smile all the time. When you get to a place where you're seeing that you're saving money and that you have the confidence in you, that you don't have to keep up with the Joneses. Like, there's so many things that self-development, like I said, brings out of you. It is so worth it. You will break generational curses. You will break soul ties. You will break so many things that were put on your life based off of your past, that moving forward you will be unstoppable. I hope this touched you and motivates you to do some self-development, or just looking at yourself and figuring out what it is, or just, you know, what things you can change and what things that can be developed. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please share this video to someone that you think it may help. Comment below what is something that you want to work on, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.